Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Dear students and friends, Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Shahid Hussain, and the topic for our today's discussion is another propaganda device. As you all know that so far we have discussed 6 propaganda devices in detail one by one, including the name calling, glittering generality, transfer, testimonial, plan fox and bandwagon. And today is the turn of our last propaganda device, and that is card stacking propaganda device. So with our today's discussion on card stacking propaganda device, we are going to complete our series of propaganda devices. So let's focus on the card stacking propaganda device. First of all, let me tell you that the propaganda technique of card stacking is so widespread that we may not always be aware of its presence in a TV commercial or any other sort of communication. In spite of the fact that this propaganda device is so much pervasive and is commonly found in TV commercials and programs. According to Lee and Lee 1939, card stacking involves the selection and use of facts or falsehoods, illustrations or distractions, and logical or illogical statements in order to give the best or the worst possible case for an idea, program, person, or a product. Another fact is that card stacking is identical to the general semantics technique of slanting. Actually, it is selecting arguments or evidences that support a position and ignoring those that do not support the position. The important thing is that the arguments that are selected can be true or false as well. Simply, card stacking means stacking the cards in favor of an idea, program, person, or a product. Let me tell you that the card stacking is a term that originated with cards game, where card players would try to stack the deck in their favor. In another way, we can say that the card stacking means stacking or hoarding enough of the positive aspects, qualities, and advantages of a product that they successfully deceive the customer into ignoring its negative aspects or the shortcomings. The device probably operates more effectively when the arguments are true, but other equally true arguments are ignored, because then it is hardest to detect. Some of the clearest examples of card stacking can be found in movie ads that present quotations from movie reviews. These quotations are carefully selected to be only the most favorable. The critics no doubt said the things used in these ads, but they probably said some negative or less positive things as well, and these were not brought out. Sometimes the designers of the advertisements will even seek out a critic willing to say a certain word that they want to include in the advertisement. And this is another technique of the card stacking. So we can say that from a business point of view, card stacking propaganda is a way to manipulate information so that one product looks better than another. And this is often done by leaving out important facts or by comparing evidences in an unfair manner. Now, when we talk about use of the card stacking propaganda device in the television commercials, let me tell you that many television commercials that show interviews with ordinary citizens are also using the card stacking technique. This is a type of commercial in which a television interviewer comes across a woman in a shopping center and asks if she would like a free cup of tea or coffee. And after she takes the coffee or the tea, she's asked, would you say it tastes as rich as it looks? Now the person usually says, yes, it tastes as rich as it looks, or perhaps something even more favorable. These sort of commercials show the people who were interviewed and who praised the product or the service, but they do not show or even report the number of interviews in which people didn't praise the product. And this is again stacking of the cards or the card stacking propaganda technique, that you are just presenting the favorable cards to present your product as the best one. Now, card stacking propaganda technique is also common in controlling the news. There are so many examples of controlling the news to present the best possible position. For example, for decades, many governments regularly jammed foreign shortwave radio broadcasts to ensure that their people get only the official version of the events, while enforcing censorship of outgoing information. Now this is again card stacking, that you are stacking the cards to present the best possible position or the situation. So these are all card stacking propaganda techniques. I'm sure that the card stacking propaganda has directed purchase decisions for many of us, consciously or subconsciously. So we should be aware of the techniques used by the companies to boost their sales or profits. The audiences should try to stay more informed about the pros and cons of the products which they are going to buy or purchase. We also need to make a deliberate effort to find out more than what is being represented in the advertisements and get to know all the sides to a story and not just rely on the partial and stacked information. And this is the necessity of this digital era, in which everything, every media, whether social media, whether the traditional media, is full of the propaganda. We can say that it is bombarded by the propaganda. Let us become more informed and not be manipulated with misinformation and cherry picking. So these were some of the important aspects and examples of the card stacking propaganda device. I hope you have understood it. If you want to get the notification of my upcoming video lectures, do subscribe the channel and also press the bell icon. Inshallah, we shall meet again soon with another video lecture. Till that time, take great care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.